All right, welcome back, everyone. We're down to our last three presentations of the day. We've got Matthew Kastner here with Gateway Community College. He'll be giving you the rundown on all things Gateway, so you have all the information you need if that's the choice that you want to make. Again, make sure you are submitting your questions as often as possible through Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Comment on the posts we have on Facebook and Instagram. Send us those snaps directly. Make sure you're sending us direct messages on Twitter. Any question you might think you might have, go ahead and send it our way. We'll try and get it answered. But again, Matthew, thank you very much for being here, and we're happy to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right, so we will go ahead and jump into the Gateway Community College presentation.
Once again, my name is Matthew. I represent Gateway Community College, which is one college out of 10 community colleges, part of the Maricopa Community College District. We're actually the largest community college district in the country in terms of population. We service many students on higher education. And if you wouldn't mind clicking the next slide. We actually have 3 locations in the Phoenix Valley. Our main campus is on 40th Street in Washington, near the airport. We also have 2 satellite campuses on 12th Street in Buckeye, near Central Phoenix, and 29th Avenue in Bell, near the Deer Valley area of the Northwest Valley. We offer so much in terms of higher education. We offer workforce training options. We offer transferability to the universities. We offer quick certificates that teach you a certain skill in less than a year so that you can start working in less than a year. We're very close to the light rail in Phoenix. We're the only community college that hugs the light rail, actually. We have short-term training. We have long-term training. We have apprenticeship programs where you may earn $12 to $15 an hour while you're going to school. So there's definitely a lot to offer through Gateway and the Maricopa colleges. Like I said, tons of options. We have over 160 associate degrees and university transfer options. So if you're interested in transferring to U of A, ASU, NAU, we are regionally accredited, so our credits will transfer to the major universities in the state of Arizona. In some cases out of state, but that would be a case-by-case basis. Next slide, please. So like I said, these are the main universities we work with in the state. Nowadays, it's a lot easier to transfer. In some cases, you can transfer up to 90 credits from the community college level to the university level for the community college price, and then you can graduate from ASU, U of A, NAU. Next slide, please. These are some of the popular programs through Gateway Community College. These are 2-year degree options that can help you transfer to a university. We have a partnership with Nissan, Toyota in our automotive program where you work at the dealership. Once you prove yourself in the classroom, it's all about working with hydraulics, engine performance, brakes, that kind of thing. We actually have a partnership with an organization called Year Up for our business students. If you are interested in learning a skill in computer programming or business operations, we have an internship through Gateway Community College where you are trained in self-development and professional development, and you actually can earn a job with JP Chase or American Express in computer programming or business operations. We also offer technology programs that help turn raw materials into manufactured goods with the help of machines and robotics. If you're undecided, if you're not really sure what you want to do, that's fine. That's totally cool. We offer many prerequisite classes: English 101, Math 142, World Religions. We offer the basics so that you can transfer to a university and fulfill whatever your goal is at that university. Some of these programs are less than a year. Some of these programs are 2 years. It really all depends on the student's need and mindset. We're the only community college with nuclear medicine, and we are one of the few community colleges with diagnostic medical sonography, ultrasound. And you can move on to the next slide, I think. Okay, so these are a secondary division of programs. They're clock hour programs, meaning you have to clock in every day to build hours towards your program. You're going to school 4 days a week, 6 hours a day, but the beauty is you're not subjected to take English 101 or Math 142 or World Religions. None of that. We trim the fat, give you the meat of the program so that you can start working in less than a year with a qualified skill. Some of the programs are 5 months, some are 12 months. It really all depends. The only prerequisites you have to take in these programs in the green font are 2 days worth of career readiness courses with Katie Mendoza, our career coach, and she helps you personally design your resume and cover letter for a nursing assistant or a welder or a meat cutter. She'll do mock interviews with you to help you work on your elevator speech. Sometimes you only have 5 to 10 minutes to speak with a future employer, so we want to make sure you're hitting those key points that sell your skills, your work ethic, your education, and your personality. That's important too. So they're not credit options. They're not credit programs like some of our other areas of interest. They're clock hour programs, very, very hands-on. If there's any hands-on learners in the audience, these might be some programs for you. The hands-on programs we offer that are fast track are estheticians, skincare, cosmetology, massage therapy, computer support specialist, IT, building computers from the ground up, diagnosing computer problems. We also have many programs in the healthcare field, nursing assistant, fast track pathway to the LPN, to the RN. So you could be a nursing assistant within 6 months, and then another 12 months you could be an LPN, which is a licensed practical nurse that issues medicine. Skipping the waiting list for that, and then if you want to move on to the RN program, you can skip that waiting list too. Once again, the programs in green do not require you to take English 101, Math 142, none of that stuff. You are only taking the meat of the program in order to qualify for the current job market. Thank you, sir. This is our price. Our tuition is $86 per credit hour. Most classes run about 3 credit hours, so if you multiply 86 times 3, you get about $260, $270 per class. If you're looking at a full semester of a community college education, you're looking at about $1,000, maybe a little bit over $1,000 for just tuition, not including books. Those prices can vary. But we are the fourth of the cost of the university, but we still give you the option to transfer to the university if you wish. That's one of our main goals as an institution. We are a brilliant stepping stone to the universities. And this is how you can pay for college. You can apply for grants, loans, scholarships via the FAFSA website, fafsa.edu. We also have plenty of scholarships at Maricopa Foundation. You can totally Google that. You fill out one application, but it's worth 100 other applications, but you only fill it out one time. We have honor scholarships. If we have any smarty pants out there, if you are graduating with a 3.0 from Primavera and you exceed in our placement tests, then you are given your first semester paid tuition and fees automatically, so you can get your first semester paid for. And then while you're at the community college with that scholarship, if you maintain a 3.25 GPA, you are granted that same exact scholarship the following semester, and then so on and so forth. So as long as you keep your grades up in college, at the community college level, you can get it pretty much paid for. The LIFT program, this is somewhat of a new program for brand new college students. Depending on if you qualify, you may be able to get the first semester tuition and fees and books paid for. You actually get 6 college credits paid for, including the books and fees. Just starting you off on the right track at Gateway Community College, so you know where the tutoring places are, you know how to register for classes, you know how to speak with an academic advisor, you just genuinely know where all the resources are on campus, so you know how to navigate the environment. Presidential scholarship, I talked a little bit about it a second ago. Once again, if you are making a 3.0 or higher as a cumulative GPA here at Primavera, and you exceed on the placement test scores in our AccuPlacer, then you are granted the presidential scholarship, which is about $1,100 paid tuition and fees, covering about 13 credit hours, 14 credit hours, depending on how many credit hours you're taking that first semester. But you get it paid for, and then once again, if you keep a 3.25 at the community college, experience, then you get the exact same scholarship the next semester and the next semester, and it just keeps rolling over as long as you keep up a 3.25. Available resources, we have academic advisors that are kind of like your high school counselors. They inform you on what classes to take in order to graduate. They'll fill you in on what classes might be right for you depending on your major, goal set. We have a counseling department that helps students who are undecided. We can present you with personality tests, career assessment tests to pick at your brain, try to figure out what type of a career would be best for you depending on your personality. We have disability resource centers that assist students with accommodations. So if you have an IEP or a 504 plan, we can definitely help with accommodations to make you a successful student in college. Libraries, the Learning Center, free tutoring, all kinds of stuff on campus. These are our brilliant sports: baseball, softball, soccer. We're thinking about acquiring basketball for boys and girls right now, but it's still talk right now. Our teams do fairly well. And by the way, our mascot is a gecko and not a snake. Some people think it's a snake for some reason, but I'm not sure where they're getting that impression. But we are the Gateway Geckos. I'm sorry I don't have a hand gesture for that, but that's who we are. These are the steps to enroll if you're interested in getting admitted into the community college system. It's fairly easy. You create an MEID account on my.maricopa.edu. Once you make your MEID and password, you'll have access to your student center, which is kind of like Facebook meets college. You can do a lot of things in terms of enrolling, registering, checking your grades, checking a transcript, changing your demographics. It really puts the power in your hands in terms of preparing for college. And that is our contact information. Arnold Torres is my supervisor. Cynthia Gonzalez is one of our recruiters. And that is me. That's my information. If you need a campus tour, if you need just basic information via emails, please let me know. I'd love to show you guys around our campus. It is really like no other place in the world.
So again, before we jump into the Q&A session, guys, make sure you're taking this information down. I know I've been saying it a lot throughout the day, but it is very important. Definitely get it now. Don't wait till later because you're going to forget. You're going to not remember where we put it. It's going to be difficult to figure out where it's at. Get it now. Write down the names. Write down the email addresses and the phone numbers. Make sure you've got this information logged and saved so there's no issues moving forward. Like Matt said, schedule a campus tour. Go check out the campus. You want to see what you could be getting into, what the campus looks like, what kind of programs they offer, and they definitely are going to be able to give you the best look, obviously, at the campus tour, more so than you could get on a website or listening to other people who might have attended. Go ahead and talk about it. So we'll jump right into the questions right now.
Love questions.
And we had one come through on Facebook. Now, it's in relation to the students jumping from community college over to a university. Do you see a large number of students going ahead and getting their core classes done at the community college level at Gateway before they transfer to university, or are they there just mostly to get their associate's degree, their 2-year degrees, and then go ahead and jump into the workforce?
Most students, I would say, are looking to transfer to the university, and they know that we have affordable tuition rates. They know we have smaller classroom sizes. They know that we have 10 locations in the Valley that can service, multiple types of programs. So I would say most students are interested in transferring to the university with their credentials, but you don't really need a university degree to earn a decent living. There are plenty of people out there who have less than 2 years of training, less than a year of training in some cases, that are making more than $20, $30 an hour. So please don't think that the only window for success is at the university level. Not to hate on the universities. I hope I'm not giving that impression, but I'm just trying to squash the myth that you need a university degree to earn a decent living, because I know plenty of people that I work with that have less than a year of training, only a simple certificate, but they have more years of experience under their belt than most people, and that's what actually gets people hired more often than not is your specialties into the fold. So the more you specialize in a certain area, the more likely you have of getting a job. A lot of employers nowadays are trying to find people who fit in their niche, maybe not necessarily have the exact degree they're looking for, but they have a great work ethic. They have phenomenal social skills. You know, they show up on time. They are accountable. They are, you know, willing to put in the extra mile. You know, that's what gets you hired, and that's what gets you a promotion later in life.
All right. Now going into sort of off of what you just said there, it sounds like the clock hour programs that you guys offer are a good way to go ahead and get that experience early before jumping straight into your career. Now, do you have a lot of students that go ahead and partake in those programs at Gateway right now?
Not as much as the credit hour, but the clock hour programs are very vital. Not many people know this, but by 2042, only 30% of the future jobs in America will need a degree, but 70%, the overwhelming majority, will only need skill-based training, certificate training in a specific area, because automation and technology are taking jobs away day by day, year by year. So eventually, we will be left with not too many jobs. So the more heavily skilled your position is, the more skill-based training your education is, the higher chance you have of earning a job. And you know, not everyone is made to go to the university, and that's fine. That's totally cool. Not everyone is university material, but in my opinion, everyone is training material. So those clock hour programs are more of a training facility than typical traditional college settings. They focus on, you know, training you in a hands-on way more often than not. So you're going to be in the lab more often than not, usually 70% lab, 30% in the classroom. And you're not subjected to take English 101, Math 142. You learn a skill quick, fast, because the job market moves fairly quickly. So we're just trying to keep up with that environment as best we can. Some of these jobs, like computer support specialist, IT, they're getting $20, $22 an hour starting. There are other jobs like CNC machining where we're getting our students hired at $14, $15 an hour at the lowest for CNC machinist, where you're turning raw materials into manufactured goods with robotics and machines. So a lot of people have a negative connotation when they think of skill-based training or trade schools, and that's a shame. That's a shame, because there are plenty of options to work your way up in an industry, you know. So if you're trying to get your foot in the door in an industry, in a field, if you're more of a hands-on learner, if you like working with your hands, definitely take a look at those clock hour programs in the green font. Very viable, very, very lucrative, great stuff. So there's all kinds of students out there, you know, but unfortunately we kind of have this one-size-fits-all model in our educational system. So we just need to set the table appropriately depending on the student, and I think we'll have success after that.
All right. Now, as far as we have some students who are over the age of 18, between that 18 and 21 range, when they're graduating here from Primavera, are there any limits to scholarships or awards they might be able to get through Gateway that are age-based? So as long as they're incoming out of high school, is there a cutoff, or are they able, even,
you know,
there
are thousands of scholarships out there, Ron, and they each have their own set of requirements, regulations, deadlines, things of that nature. There are a lot of programs that are specifically geared towards students who just graduated high school, but don't let that stop you from researching other scholarships. There are thousands upon thousands of scholarships out there, and most of which are actually voided out because many people don't apply for them. It's hard to navigate all of these scholarships out there, so I definitely recommend signing up for a FastWeb account or some kind of a scholarships.com account so they can filter scholarships to your email address and you're not having to hunt for everything like a crazy person. So yeah, plenty of room for funding. Just make sure you're reading those rules and regulations, the requirements for the scholarship. Just so you don't get burned later. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and the final question that we got, it looks like through Facebook as well. Can high school students who are currently in high school, let's say between their junior and senior year, are they able to take classes during the summer before they even graduate, or do they have to wait until they're a senior?
They actually can take classes, depending on if their school offers dual enrollment classes where you are taking a high school class, but it's actually worth college credit. Some students are taking classes, their sophomore, junior year in the summertime. You would just need to fill out a special admissions form with your parent or guardian signature, and then you can sign up for whatever class you want. Sometimes it requires a placement test, sometimes it doesn't. But I think the youngest community college student I've ever heard of was about 8 or 9 years old. He was an extremely gifted student in math and science, and I believe he graduated with an associate's at the age of 18. So if you want to get those prerequisites out of the way while you're young, I'm all for it. Get them out of the way. You don't want to do those classes, when you're 30, working 2 jobs, having a family, trying to go on vacation. You want to get that school stuff early and over with. Absolutely.
Right. So students, if we've got anybody out there on the younger scale and you guys are looking for something to do during the summertime, definitely an option for you to go ahead and take classes through Gateway. Again, Matt, thank you very much for being here. We've got last 2 presenters of the day. We've got Rio Salado Community College as well as the Art Institutes coming on. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with Rio Salado Community College. And Matt, again, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
All right, stay tuned.